So good morning, everyone. It's currently 9:34 a.m. Right? Sleeping schedule is, good. Life is, good. Everything is, fine. The markets, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Doing, most of what we expected to happen. Right? I believe that, before I say that, right, the reason why, I don't come out and, be like, you know, hitting my chest, you know, showing the confidence that I do have in myself publicly is, just to, remain humble, to not, you know, give you guys any, of my negative traits, any negative trait that I have, right? Which everyone has negative traits, right? So, like, for example, me when I'm by myself, okay, when I get something right over and over again, when I place a trade and it's right, there's that small nudging feeling, that, I have to keep under control, right? Because it's like, feeling on top of the world. Okay, I, made this amount of money, today, this week, and it's like, oh, I'm the best, but it's not. That's never the case, and that's nothing that you would want to have. That's no way that you'd want to behave. Anyways, with that being said, right, looking at my screen right now, you can see the Bitcoin, CME futures, right, and you can see Ethereum. By looking at the chart, it's evident that we have a crack in correlation. Right, there's a crack in correlation there, right, at the highs on the monthly time frame. So this pullback, this reversal should not scare you. Like I've highlighted this before. We've talked about it before. Have we not? We have. It's just that we talk about so much assets. We talk about bonds. We talk about, Forex. We talk about index futures. So it's not just one thing that we talk about. So, it could slip you, right? And, whenever I touch on Bitcoin these days, right, I, tend to not, be too long due to the fact that I have no need to, right? It's straight and forward. Bitcoin reacts to the higher time frame cycles, like whether it is the quadrennial cycle or the yearly cycle or the monthly cycle, right? Those are the cycles which are, more influential to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin and Ethereum, they literally control the crypto market, right? There are times when you will have some random coin just explode, and then it's like, what is this coin? And then everyone's trying to hop on the coin, it just dies, goes to zero. Also, some other thing that you should be looking out for is, whenever there's something new, right? Whenever there's something new in regards to the crypto market, for example, now, I don't know, what is it, meme coins, anything, you never want to invest in those things, right? You never want to go into anything that is mainstream, right? NFTs, you remember NFTs, you remember, all of that stuff. You remember Dogecoin, and I don't remember the other one. Everyone bought at the top and it just crashed, right? Elon Musk used them as liquidity publicly. People still like him. Can't understand that. But anyways, those are some pointers, some things that will already, put you ahead, right? Ahead of everyone. If you're, someone that's interested in the crypto market, which I believe that there will be times when we will, get a chance to buy lower. In my opinion, it's inevitable, right? It doesn't matter what happens here, what happens right now. It doesn't matter because first of all, I'm not going to be doing anything right now at these prices. We're in premium, right? So we'll not be doing anything, right? And even though in the past it would seem as if, and I have, made money shorting, but nowadays I realize that the crypto market is, it's better to participate during or before, if you get what I mean, a bull market is, underway, which this bull market is exhausted, right? It's exhausted right now. We haven't had pullbacks like this in a while. Now we have all this bullish news, which literally halving, Bitcoin halving, or whatever it is. Halving. Is that how it's pronounced? I have no idea. All of those factors, the masses, jumping onto Bitcoin, all these big influencers screaming for, I don't know, 500,000, 250,000, and 100,000. That just does not sit well with me, right? And I am more of a contrarian. So I want to see everyone against my trade, right? I want to see the banks come out and say, sell now while we're in discount. Right? That's what it is. And another thing is, fine here, and it's not like talking about aiming for $10,000 moves or aiming for $20,000 or aiming for basically. It's not aiming for like anything under 25%, right? Because if you're participating in the crypto market, right? Bitcoin, you want to buy Ethereum, which is basically, the safest assets in the crypto market. Everything else is just, it's not just noise. It's like, even Bitcoin and Ethereum is, they're all Ponzi schemes, right? They're all Ponzi schemes, right? They have no real value, in my opinion, but they are the safest bets, right? And it's not that, I'm going to hold this forever. I'm going to just keep holding this coin forever. No. I'm going to buy at the lows, get out at the highs. So right now, you can clearly see the SMT, and this is a sequential SMT between the quadrennial cycles, right? You can clearly see that, and you should be able to, read the economy, read what's happening around us, what's happening, in your local grocery store, gas prices, even if you can afford it, it doesn't really matter to you, but you should be able to read the economy and, your, reality of, the life that you're living. However, we will, right, be tracking, Bitcoin, Ethereum as of now. Right? We will. So it's actually, pretty insane, right? Extremely low probability setups, right? Extremely low probability setup. Does that mean that there's no trade? No, it just means that it's low probability, right? Due to the fact that we have a higher time frame sequential SMT, right? A clear higher time frame sequential SMT, but here we just have a SMT, right? Whereas we have the bodies forming SMT right here, right? This is the weekly cycle. This is the weekly time frame, right? And right here, we ran above the all-time high, right? We ran above the all-time high, which happened to be the high of the previous quadrennial cycle, right? So for now, we'll be keeping a eye on this, right? These two asset classes. Here, right, we go to our main, right? The interest rate triads, right? These three assets, right? They give you information that you can't find anywhere else, right? They give you information that you can't find anywhere else. Does the crypto market have a triad? Yes, it does. You'll learn eventually. I just don't want to talk about it now. I'm gonna drift away from what I actually want to talk about, just as all I'm doing right now. Anyways, these three main this triad right here, these three asset classes, they give you information that you can't find anywhere else, right? There are times, right? There are times when you will have the IRT, the interest rate triad. I'm just going to be saying IRT as of now, right? So remember, anytime you hear me say IRT, it's interest rate triad. I just don't want to be interest rate triad talking about this specific thing while I just don't want to be saying too much words. Right? So the IRT that you see right here, whenever you have it, moving in tangent, lockstep, in the same direction as the US dollar, right? And remember that we spoke about this before? Right? This equates to choppy market conditions, which we will see evident in the Forex market. We will see evident in the index futures market, right? So pairing the IRT with the triad of the Forex market, which is the dollar index, euro, and GBP USD, you can get a clear depiction, I would say, right? Literally a clear depiction. It's not, if this happened, maybe this is going to happen. It's a clear, okay, which condition are we going to be within, right? Is it going to be a ranging price action? Is it going to be, are we going to be expanding? Or we're going to be reversing? It's very clear. It's never, oh, I don't know if I should trade. It's if you should be trading right now, it will be evident. If you shouldn't be trading right now, you should not, literally, right? If you have the 30-year T-bonds, the bond market going in the same direction of the dollar index, what do? Right? First of all, you should know that, and this is something I don't think I've said before, right? And these are the conversations that are, the most important to you, whereas you'll see price actions such as, what's happened in the past week, whereas you're like, I don't know what to be doing. I don't know I don't know what to trade right now. That you go in, what happens? Oh, I'm looking for this that they talks about, right? But listen, if the market is low probability and it is literally doing exactly this that you saw happen for the past few days, do nothing in regards to the Forex market. Do you get that? So you can find moves, right? If you look at the index futures market, right? So for example, right here, you can see where we took the third week, right? The third week of the previous quarter, which was last month. We took that low during Q4. Here we rallied. So the dollar was doing the same thing right here. right? The dollar was doing the same thing right here. But if you go to the index futures, what do you see? You see that we failed to take this low, but we did rally, but due to the fact that we are still within low probability conditions, you can see that we just returned to the range and it just looks like a chop. It just looks like, just range and price action. There's nothing really to do. It just returned back to the equilibrium of the range, right? And what plays a important factor in, this type of price action is this right here, right? If you see, remember what I talked about this week. It's a blank week, right? Its main purpose works when, time, meets time. You get that? Whenever you have, for example, non-farm payroll occurring, during these weeks, whereas it's not the first full week of the month. It's not a full week at all. It's a partial week. And I've talked about what partial weeks are used for before. Do you remember? What are partial weeks used for? Distortion. What does that mean? It's literally a time, whereas you would have, price action going down for too long, price action going up for too long, and it's like you have to have that specific week. That's those specific days where we need to get rid of both the buyers and the sellers. We need to confuse people. We need to let their minds just destroy their minds in regards to trading. Let them be like, trading is a scam. Trading doesn't work. My concept doesn't work anymore. That's what it is. That's what it's for. Look at this right now, and literally just going back. Would you want to be a part of this? Would you want to be a part of this? Look at a true week. For example, a true week. Did that even have any effect on price? What did price even do? Look at those highs. Look at those lows. Where's price going to go? Where is price right now? Price is literally dabbling in the near the 50% range. We have buy side liquidity above price. We have sell side liquidity below price. Literally, there is no easy way. And anyone that tells you that there's an easy way to tell you where price can they come and do it live? They can't do it. They don't know. They're gonna post, screenshots afterwards. They're gonna post charts afterwards. Yeah, they can't do it, right? And you don't want to seem or act as if you are, God, because you're not. No one is, right? No one gets it right all the time, which is something that is beneficial for you to understand. Okay, even though we get it right most of the times, right? Because to be honest, right, we have been, we did talk about having this retracement that you're seeing right now on the screen. If you listen to the recording, I think, is it the one that I forgot to do a video for? But I believe that I did end up saying it in the video as well. Right. So we were looking for a retracement, but it's just that we wanted to see price go a little, like probably here first. Right. But we did see a retracement, and that's fine. That's totally fine. Because guess what? This is literally like the lowest probability week of the quarter of Q2 right now, this year. Right? This week is doing what it's supposed to do. And this is what you need to understand. Whenever you have weeks like this, which are partial weeks, listen, in each quarter of the year, right? Listen, in each quarter of the year, you have 12 full weeks, and you have this one partial week. Distortion. Then you have this one partial week. Which news event is happening during the partial and non-farm payroll? It's not just week to have non-farm, because we have non-farm payroll every month. It's the partial weeks with non-farm payroll. You see, even if this information is, I can just go on Twitter right now and talk about this, and it'll get like, I don't know, like 100 likes or something, which is not a lot. If I post something, it's like 1,000 easy. Like, anything that I post, I could post three words, right? Because what this information will go over people's head. Literally, it will go over people's head. I don't know what Michael's doing. I hear they keep cooking him. I don't know why, man. They keep cooking Michael, saying he's this, and which I love him. He's great. First only mentor, but you can't be how do I say this? Acting as if you know what you're doing during these times, which you should know are low probability. It's literally okay, explain why is it low probability before it is even low probability. That's what you need to do. Not go in, okay, it's gonna go here, but it doesn't go there. Right? Then you blame it on something else. Everything is us. Right? Market makers don't care about anything that we're doing. Trust me, like the amount of money that they're dealing with, we're peanuts. Right? $1 million, $10 million, $100 million, peanuts. Literally. And that's just how it is. But you can literally see. Look at the price action. You can see it. And here where we have this wick up. What caused that? What caused this injection of volatility right here? Pay attention again. During this week of distortion, this partial week, we did not take this low out. Right? But in regards to the Dow, we took this one out. Wick. Literally volatility injected. Do you see that? Like, do you always see that happen wherever there's a Kraken correlation? There is. What is there? An injection of volatility. Whenever there's a Kraken correlation and a red folder news event, there's a setup. Not just every single red folder news event is a setup. No. Right? And someone said there's a precision swing point of the lows. I don't believe I thought I should have mentioned that, I guess, but I believe that most of you, you're paying attention to those things, right? You're studying your charts. You're looking for these things. And I'm going to tell you right now why we have these distortion weeks, why we have this week of the quarter, out of the 13 quarter, out of the 13 weeks of the quarter, right? One of them, is for the distortion. One of them is to take your money away from you. Then after that, what happens? There is literally clean price action, trend changes, everything is good again. And we'll see that happen during the course of this month. And whenever that happens, we'll come back and I'll say, what would I say? Do you remember? And it's not to gloat. It's not to say, oh, I'm the best. And no, it's just so you can understand. It's just so you can know, which is why most times I have to, I don't think everyone listens to everything. I don't know if I put people to sleep. Right? I don't know. So here, clearly, what is here? Low probability price action. Now, we'll go to the dollar index. What does this look tradable to you. No, it doesn't. Unless, and I've said this before, right? And it doesn't even matter if we go near this high, right? We have to either break above this high or below this low right here. Say that again. We have to either break above this high or this low right here, which will more than likely have price, draw below these lows tomorrow. Right? This is not high probability price action. This is the time, the week of the quarter, which you would, spend more time backtesting. Spend more time, figuring out, your, personal issues that plague your trading. Spend more time, learning how do I manage my risks more or better. How do you do that? How do I do that? Right? Also, what do we have that caused price to, draw to this high, which we expected? Right? We had sequential SMT here. Right? Whereas we had the Great British Pound push above this high, which was last week's high. Then it just fell within the range. You see, the type of price action that we want to see is like this, right? The type of price action we want to see is, price action like this, not price action like this, stagnant, doing nothing, right? The euro and the pound, can do more, right? And at the moment, and why can it do more? Why can the pound take this lower? Why can the pound drop more than the dollar can go up? Due to the fact that the pound's range is not as tight as this one, right? The euro's range is not as tight as this one, but pay attention to the euro, right? We have what I would consider as mirrored consolidations right here, and it's not to make any term up or anything. It's just literally this. You can see the exact same chop that's here is here. It's literally the exact same chop that's here is here. Right here we have price running below this low. Here we have price running above this high. Right here we have trend line, what we will call trend line liquidity here, and then here we have the same thing. Yes, I did say mirrored. Right? So this right here is very low probability, which is what you can expect all the times when you have a week that was designed for distortion. Listen, this is not me just coming here and being like, every week is distortion. No, go back up. If you don't remember, you want to remind yourself of who we are, what we do, the results everyone gets, literally how we, how accurate we are, right? Go back up, just scroll up, look up, look back up, look at our results, right? And this is why you should journal. So whenever you get to weeks like this, where it's not as clear as you want it to be, right? And as a professional trader, right, you're going, if there's any week that you don't want to do anything, right? And there's basically 4 of them in the entire year. Each quarter has one. This is one of them, right? And the next quarter of the year, we'll talk about that other one again when it comes. And I'll be, do you remember the last one? No, we're going to compare them and oh, look, it's the same thing. Right? So here, right? Look at this. The same chart that you have here is here. The same exact thing. It's just like literally is mirrored right here, right? This is low probability condition. This is low. Okay, you go in here. What are you going to do? What can you do? Wait. What do you want to see? You want to see price run above, for example, either this high or this low. If you want to be participating in a long-term move during these, specific, ranges. For example, you want to work right here. You can search for, lower time frame SSMT, right? But still, you can see that this is definitely not high probability. You can clearly see the buy side liquidity here. It's literally so obvious, right? And this is good because whenever we have a shift in market structure, a actual shift in market structure or a change in direction, then we'll know what to aim for. Then we'll know, okay, this is easy. It's going to go right here. This is an easy trade now, right? But first, what do we need? SSMT. When do we need it? We need it to be occurring in the same quarter of a major news event, right? Which day is today? This is the day before NFP, non-farm payroll. Listen, the day before NFP, during a partial week in regard to quarterly theory, is the day that you literally do nothing, right? So if there's any day out of the entire year that you do nothing, and like, people might not like this now, they're like, oh, I came to see some magic stuff. I came to see, okay. It's not every day. And I hope that I don't scare, people like Andrew right now. It's not every day that you will see something that is high probability, right? It's not every day that you have to stress yourself. There are days that you just let it be. There are days that you do nothing. The day before, non-farm payroll, what's happening? They're stacking liquidity on both sides. They're going to run both sides. Manual intervention. You want to trade, then you wait until, the NFP numbers or whatever it is released to report. But what I can tell you is, you can definitely know, when there will be, a low probability condition before it happens. Like literally, I talked about that a lot just now, right? I talk about like when to expect range in price action. Right now, you can see here, right, and even during this chop, right, you can literally see this chop right here. You see, this falling right here. What do we say? What did we just say? We said that we can expect the pound and the euro to fall more than the dollar goes up. Why? There's more space for it to fall within the range, in regards to the range. Right? Even though there is no, SSMT or anything of that nature here, still, you can see, right? Also, here, do you see this fair value gap? You want to trade within a range, and it's a low probability condition. Another way that you can do that here, right? If there is one that has a fair value gap, for example, right here we have the euro that has a fair value gap right here. This fair value gap formed when? This fair value gap formed during the London session. Right here, we have price run into this fair value gap. But guess what? There's none here. There's none here either. Right? There's none here or here either. What do you think you should do with that information? To just make it more clear, because some of you guys, you just can't see it. I like doing this. Right? Right? Pay attention. There's none here. There's none here, but there's one here. Now, this will become what? A high probability fair value gap. Okay. Imagine now, right? We had SSMT here. Higher probability. Literally. But with this alone, and you're using, the 1 hour time frame, 1 hour fair value gap. Fair value gap formed in the London session. Price revisit that fair value gap when? During the New York session. Boom. And we still have, this falling right here. So literally, I believe that, yeah. If you're shorted, take profits. So, I know you guys. This is gonna go lower. Can hell short. Yeah. Oh yeah. And now I'm the fucking best. I'm gonna be rich. It's dropping. Shit. Stop loss at break even. All right. Possibly found a challenge, and I'm gonna send it today, and they's gonna post in the group, and I'm just the GOAT now. I'm the best. All right. Mind you, fucking hell, look at this guy. I love it. It's good. Like I wish that I had this back in the day, to be honest, and I used to trade, I say a lot. I don't know why. Whatever. But yeah. And mind you, we're still within the range, and you can see right now, right? I believe we started the stream here. So it's like 9:30 candle right here. Let's take note of it. Let's take note of the reason why we have expansions. How can we know the price will expand if there's not a credit correlation? How can we know that? Okay, let's talk about it. All right. On low probability days, how can we know this day? Look at this right here. I have no idea why this is blue, but it is. So we have right here we have this gap. Right, we have this gap right here. Here as well, we had another fair value gap here. Right, this candle is the 930 candle. Right, this candle right here, 930 candle. Pay attention. We have no gaps here. Right, there's no gaps right here. I have multiple screens, so I can literally see, every time frame. It's not just what I'm showing you right now is what I'm seeing. By the way, that's just for some of you that just don't know that, right? So, yeah. And we took these lows right here, which we expected. Low hanging fruit, extremely low hanging fruit during a low probability day, lowest probability day of the lowest probability week. Right? And what do we have here? Chop. Here, chop. So yes, I believe that would be it for today. And would you talk about crosses eventually? Yes, eventually, but those things are not, the best thing to talk about. You don't need to be looking at crosses. Why? At this time, why? You just need to be looking at, what's the highest probability, right? The highest probability assets right now, right? So I see that you guys have some questions, and there's a lot of questions right here. So remember, we're gonna go live tomorrow again at this, at the time that we went live today. And tomorrow, we will, be going live after, like an hour after non-farm payroll has been released. Right, we will see the effect that it has upon the market, and we can find a sentiment then. You can find, and look, we still have it falling. I don't know if I'd be fascinated, to be honest. If this was if I had this opportunity. And another thing is, honestly, I'm thinking about just after this year. I'm not even sure yet, right? But I am, more. I don't know. It's like I don't want to. Not that I don't want to be with with you guys anymore, but it's like I don't know if I will open another, or I just keep everyone here and it'll just be like this secret society. And it's after next year, it's for the OGs, it's free. It's just us. But I don't know yet. I'll see. Because it's like managing 2-3 more thousand people. It's funny as it may seem, people are like, but that's you make almost $1 million a month. And I'm like, bro, first of all, not a lot of money, not worth my, sanity. Literally, and this is why, you don't see me advertising. Right? Literally. You'll never see me advertise like that, man. It'd just be like, in Telegram, if anything. Because once if I ever whisper, there are people on Twitter, there are people that just follow, they don't even know that this exists. They don't know unless like someone talks about it. You guys should stop talking about it, right? I'm joking. Right? So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Definitely, we will see. So, yeah, there will be, next year in the or the end of this year, NDA, KYC. If you want me to share my, personal algorithm with you, right? It's not like you're going to see a code or anything. It's just like you're going to see the product, the information that it produces, based on, things we talk about here, based on things that you don't know about yet, right? How it will, be like, managing this specific asset or this one, producing multiple different biases, telling you when this is going to be a low probability week, when it's going to be a low probability day, right? Which ultimately I'm trying to automate, right? Because like, imagine having something without emotions that's accurate. Crazy. Dream, it's like nothing else there in the world right now. That's public. And obviously, if you have something like that, you don't want to tell anyone about it or like just sell it. You can't sell anything like that. Even if someone has something like that and it actually works, they will not sell it. Right? They won't. So, yep. We'll be back tomorrow, same time. We've been here for almost an hour. Right? What will we do about Andrew? We're gonna have a talk with Andrew. To be honest, Andrew, check your DMs. So when we get to WAP, and you will get information pertaining to that pretty soon. Right? Yeah, you'll beginning to get homework for those that need it. Right? For those that are not as advanced as everyone else. Right? And obviously charts will be shared there. If you see me post a chart, replicate it. Right? Try to replicate it. And, the reason I don't post like very high, the edited, marked up charts, right? And you'll see why. Whenever you see me start to do that now, then your eyes will be, more enlightened due to the fact that I haven't been doing that for the past few months. So when I actually start doing that, you'll be like, wow, this was here obvious. I see it's out. You do have to put it, right? So yeah, we will be back tomorrow, same time. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. We've been here for like 55 minutes. A lot of energy in the morning. Don't go in over risk, lose your money, waste your time trading this chop. Just have patience. Another trade will always form. There's nothing to rush. There's nothing to be anxious about. There's Nothing. You shouldn't be afraid that oil won't find trade again. There will always be another trade. Price and time is fractal. Hence, everything repeats. Have a wonderful